Hello, guys.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Felipe?
Yes.
¿En English?
Perdón.
Tengo una duda
Sí,
que fíjate que quería ver si podíamos revisar tú y yo ahorita con los alumnos. Me contactó una alumna con el tema de la anualidad para calcular la perpetuidad cuando estás evaluando pues los flujos de efectivo, ¿no? Que siguen. Y me decía, bueno, pues que no está anual, entonces lo anualizamos o no. Y pues yo pues dije, no, pues sí, así lo hicimos en clase, pero luego me puse a pensar en el tema de la fórmula y es la duda que tengo. Si todo está en el periodo mensual, en la fórmula de la anualidad, perdón, la fórmula de la perpetuidad se aplica igual. O sea, por ejemplo, yo sé que la fórmula es para años, ¿no? Porque siempre se utilizan ejemplos de años. Pero si lo tenemos todo en meses con pagos mensuales, tanto tasas como flujos, ¿podemos aplicar la misma fórmula?
sí, aquí, o sea, el resultado te da en periodos, ¿no? O sea, en
Ah,
número de
perfecto.
periodos.
Entonces
Ajá,
sí está bien
entonces,
así.
aquí lo que hay que cuidar es que todo sea consistente. O sea, si usas, digamos, una tasa anual y los flujos son mensuales, ahí es donde ya no, o sea, ya estás comparando peras
Perfecto,
con
perfecto.
manzanas, ¿no?
Porque en el ejemplo
Ajá.
tenemos casi todo mensual, nada más falta la tasa de crecimiento, pero entonces es más
Es,
fácil agarrar la tasa de crecimiento y mensualizarla que agarrar todo y...
Exactamente. O sea, tú pasas todas tus tasas en mensuales.
Ok,
Entonces, por ejemplo, si el resultado te da 12, pues es 12 meses,
claro,
¿no?
claro. Perfecto, perfecto. Y si el resultado es nada más para ¿qué es lo que nos interesa aquí? El valor terminal. Pues si todo está mensual, pues no pasa nada, ¿no? O sea,
Sí, no.
ok.
Sí, por ejemplo, en el otro grupo,
Ajá.
por ahí me decían, para el payback, ¿no? Me decían, no, es que son muchos periodos, son así 13 o una cosa así, 18. Bueno, es que no es lo mismo 18 años que 18 meses, ¿no? O sea, 18 meses es 2 años, ¿no? ¿Qué? Un año y medio, ¿no?
Claro.
Entonces, más bien el resultado es periodos, ya hay que checar, lo que sí es que tiene que ser consistente.
Periodos. Ok,
Flujo
perfecto.
mensual, tasa mensual, flujo anual, tasa anual.
Ok, voy a poner eso entonces en la descripción del proyecto final, pero de todos modos a los
Ujú.
que se metan ahí se los explicamos,
Muy
¿no?
bien, perfecto.
Okay, guys, good morning. So remember today's session is gonna be for questions. So if you have any question for me or for Felipe, I mean, as you just saw or heard, Felipe is also gonna help us with time value of money in case we just don't have that very clear. That was the case with one question which I would like to start the class today. And the question is, so one of you, I don't remember which one exactly, but one of you actually asked me that if you had to turn everything into years for for the terminal value analysis. And I told her that we were going to review that today. What I was talking to Felipe right now, it's that if the formula for perpetuity, and that's also for the terminal value because it's the same formula, will work if you use it for months or if you use it for years. And what Felipe and I were just discussing is that it's a formula for periods. So as long as you have everything in the same period, which is one of the things that we actually discussed last class when we were talking about scenario building. So if you have everything in the same time frame, as long as it's in the same time frame, it is going to work. So for the final project, for the terminal value, you need to use a formula that we saw it, and if you see the class recording, you will see me analyzing the weighted average cost of capital and um, also multiplying the last cash flow by 12, which is correct because I am actually bringing everything to the same time frame that is the annual growth. So that's a way to do it. What I'm going to actually ask you guys, I mean that if you do that, that's correct, and I will accept that that result because it is the same. But also, if you go ahead and de-analyze the growth rate that is depicted in the case, which is 6%, and you have a monthly growth rate, and you apply that growth rate to the perpetuity payments, I also will take that answer as correct. So, as this is not a mathematical, financial mathematics course, I wasn't supposed to teach you that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the monthly rate, the analyze. I already did it. I just apply a formula for compound interest. What I did is just decompound it to have it the monthly. And I'm going to give you that rate. I already have it here. It's 0.4868. That's a monthly rate for the compound growth, monthly growth for a 6 annual growth rate. So I'm gonna just go ahead and write it in the final project instructions. All right, so you don't worry about that. Do you have any questions for what I just told you?
Teacher, I was wondering if you could move the delivery date to Wednesday.
We can what?
Move the delivery date to Wednesday.
To Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys, I gave you a week.
We have a lot of homework. Please.
I haven't given you any homework. I'm trying to help you.
But
from other.
we have a lot of projects from shared value and intercompetency.
What?
Yes, teacher, please. It will be a great idea.
That we have like a lot of deliverables and evidences also, but from international competency and what's the other one? Shared value.
You should talk to your other teachers and tell them that.
Yeah, actually we do.
What did they say? No, right?
No, yeah, they have at least one.
So what am I supposed to do? Say yes?
I don't know. It's up to you, but
and this is the easiest semester because they are taking finance. Imagine when they are taking the hard semesters.
Okay.
So you know that finance are the easiest subjects, right?
Finance it's a joke. Finance is hard for it. Okay, let me think about it. If I give it for Wednesday, the thing is, guys, you're gonna put me in a hard position for grading you. Okay, I can give it you. Okay, I can allow that. I can do that. Felipe, when we have to deliver the grades, is it 26, 25?
Okay, let me check. But last week is the final week. Okay, just let me check.
You see, guys. So you are taking 1 day from me to grade you.
and also I wanted to ask if we can see like the risk analysis, but applied to the Excel.
You can what?
The risk analysis, but apply it to Excel because I had like questions how to.
Well, I didn't ask you for the scenario building to do risk analysis.
Oh no?
No, risk analysis is gonna be only on the exam.
Is October 27th, the limit, the deadline.
Damn. Let me think about it, guys, and I will inform you.
Yes, we don't have too much margin. The due dates are over us. Okay, it has to be next week.
Yeah. Other teachers are actually asking for the final project to be delivered this week, so I know that for a fact. For terminal value, use your cash flows. And
the other group of project investments is, I think, their delivery date is the same as ours, but they can do it in teams.
No, well, also the other groups have a much difficult case, guys. That's other thing that I don't know if you have talked with your other.
Okay,
friends.
first, I mean, Christopher is right, but I want to clarify some things. I don't know what is happening with the other classes, but the homeworks can be done by teams. That is right, but evidences have to be individual, and that is part of Tech 21 model. I mean,
Yeah, that too.
maybe the partial steps can be done with your teams, but the final delivering. You have to do it by your own, maybe changing something, but it has to be individual. And also what Christopher is saying is right. The original case for this subject was really, I mean, I won't say difficult because the topics are the same, but it was very confusing. I mean, and this is, okay, this is something between us, but even professors found hard to understand that case, okay? So it was really, really confusing. Of course, they will need more heads analyzing the case, okay? This case is much more easy, and believe me, that is a fact.
I actually, you should be glad that you hired with Felipe and I, because I asked to change the case for my class, so you guys wouldn't have to waste so much time just reading about stuff to understand, and just work on the main subjects. Let me think about it anyway, and I let you know. Monthly. So for the terminal value, you can do either yearly or monthly analysis. Analysis. Formula works either way. Either way, the secret is to have everything in the same time frame. So I'm gonna put monthly growth rate, and I'm gonna put it here as 0.4868%. Yearly, and in year, what you don't have is cash flows. Whack. Well, if you do it, now I'm thinking, if you do it yearly, you need to actually analyze your WACC, right?
Yes, but I think you told us that it was 20
Yeah,
something.
that's for the base case, and you actually need to do 3 different analyses.
Okay.
So it should actually change. And I don't want to give you the answer for that, because if I give you the WACC yearly,
I have a question, Christopher. If in the homework I got 100, it means that my WACC is okay?
you get what, 100?
Yeah.
In your WACC?
And the homework
100 is too high. Look, there are
but
not like,
I'm saying like in the qualification of the last homework.
the grade.
Oh yeah, if you got 100, yeah, it's correct. But I also, I think I did review each homework individually, so I gave notes. So if your homework says good job or great job,
Yeah,
it says great
yeah.
job, I think you don't have any notes. So don't worry, you did it right. Just replicate that knowledge into your final project. You should be okay. Just be very careful to do the same, right? If you had a good job, I think I gave you like good job. You need to check this and this, and if you didn't have that, I just gave you like it's wrong because this. You need to change this, and that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
So let's see. How can we do? No, you know what? I'm gonna ask you to use it monthly, because otherwise you need to change everything to years, and then you need to work with the tag with the rates, and we didn't see that because this is not a financial mathematics class. So I'm gonna ask you to do it monthly. That way you only need to have like one. You are only missing, one variable, which will be the growth rate. Okay. You need to do it monthly. So scrap everything that you said I mean, it's the same. I mean, just for the concept you to understand, it's the same if you do it monthly or you do it yearly, as long as you have everything at the same time frame, because it's for periods. Whereas for the final project, as you're actually going to have different WACs and you will need to analyze them, and that's not a topic we saw in this class. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the growth rate yearly. I'm sorry, the monthly growth rate, monthly, that is for every month. And you just apply the monthly growth rate to the terminal value analysis formula, and that will be. Is that clear, guys? Same time frame.
So you're going to give us the growth rate?
Yes, I'm I'm writing it down on the project case scenario as a note. Do you remember the homework where I will just, if you were asking me things, I will just write them in the instructions? I'm doing that right now. If you want to have it right, I can give it to you. Like, you can read it there. It's already said. Where is 0.4868%.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome, class students. So look, it's like this, okay? Okay, so that's one question you guys had. Do that, apply the formula, it should work, has to work actually. Other thing you also asked me, it's that what happened with the classes. So if you don't have any question for that, I'm gonna go with that other question. So one of you told me that you couldn't access the classes. And I was like, well, yeah, they are there. So I review the videos. Now check, the time is there. Just be aware that all the videos start with a black screen because it's like the 5 minutes we have before everyone comes in. So you just need to forward the video to see the content.
Teacher, when I tried to look for the classes at the beginning, I tried to access to them by the bottom that it's on the initial page, but I couldn't. But then I was at models and I saw that there are another hyperlink to the classes, and then I could open them. So there are like 2 different ways to access to them, but the one that is at the beginning isn't work. Yeah.
This one. This button here. This.
You can see this.
We're not looking your screen.
You aren't. It says here.
We're looking at your screen, but at your Excel, you didn't change the.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, what I did is I show you the incorrect screen. So this is the one that's not working.
Yeah, that one is not working. But then at the models, there are another section.
And why you guys didn't tell me until now? I mean, it's been like 4 weeks.
There it is, my classes.
Yeah, I know.
I was just accessing from models.
Yeah, me too. I didn't tell you anything. I didn't tell you anything because I could access to them by the other way. So
yeah.
I just forgot it.
So let's see if it works now. You didn't say anything because you didn't review the classes. That's the reason. So it's working now, okay? So try and check it. Let me access it as a student view.
Now it is working, teacher.
Yep. And what about the PDF files? Because one of you told me that, by the way, this one, you were right, it wasn't working and I couldn't figure out why. What I did is I split it because it was too heavy because of the images. And when I re-upload it, it worked. So if you had problems downloading this one, you shouldn't be having those troubles anymore. Okay. And the reason why there is no PDF file for this session and for this session, it's because the PDF file is for week number 3, which is this one, and this one. Okay. So you don't load it here. So this one is the same class, just it's the one that took like 2 classes and a half. So it's the longest class. It's the core analysis of your class. So anyway, those are the 2 questions I had, like you asked me to remind. So that's all I have. I don't know if you guys have another question that you want me to check with you.
Teacher, for the analysis, can I ask it in Spanish or it has to be in English?
You can speak in Spanish. I am the one obliged to speak in English or try to speak in English.
Nos había comentado que tuviéramos nuestros datos aparte, o sea, que no fuera como copiar y pegar. Entonces, pues, o sea, eso puede ser por un área de supuestos. Pero aquí la pregunta es, o sea, para poder hacer estas modificaciones, no tenemos que hacer un what if analysis, ¿verdad? O sea, utilizar como lo de Excel. Podemos simplemente nosotros ir modificando nuestros datos.
Well, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I think I wasn't clear on that. Well, of course, I need to see the data calculated in the Excel file. I mean, if you only show me, I know, I actually think it is like a note here. Wait, let me see, really quick. But actually, I actually need to see your calculation in the Excel spreadsheet.
No. Yes, o sea, but for example, we made 3 pages of our financial statements, and then in each of them we present a different case and how it will impact our different rates. There is no issue, right? Because, for example, I tried to use the what if analysis, and it was really hard because it asked me for only no more than 32 data, and I have more because I make it monthly. So I was trying to figure out if I can do that instead of having the what if analysis.
Well, yes, you can have that. I mean, I show you what if analysis and project and a scenario manager. Not that part of the class is not like. I mean, I don't need to see that you use what if analysis, because for me to see that you use what if analysis, I need you to actually write a macro, because otherwise I cannot know if you used it or not. I actually show you that because it's an easiest. I mean, it's a tool. I show it as a tool because remember, one of the competencies you need to develop it's business intelligence, and there you actually, that's the definition of the competence. You need, it's like this business intelligence, learn how to use software analysis. So that's why I taught you that. You can use what if. Actually, you can use it if you want. It should ease your workload, not increase it. If you are telling me that you have troubles using what if analysis, in your case, it's because you need to be like creative in how to apply it. Because yes, as you say, it has its limitations. For example, you can only change, other than what you say, that it's limited to the number of formula of linked cell. You can also only change one cell at a time. So you need to be really careful, like where do you apply the what if? That's the secret. In this case, I will apply it on the first cash flows and then move the others independently. That's the way I will do it. And it's not that you need to show me that you use what if or scenario builder. You can have 3 different sheets and that will be okay for me, because what I'm grading in the final project is actually your ability to build the scenario, to analyze it with different assumptions, and to come to a conclusion based on that, a conclusion and a decision based on that assumption and scenario building analysis. Okay, so I don't know if that answers your question, Frida, or not.
Yes, so therefore it will not be kind of obligatory to use it, right? It depends on how we are actually having our information.
Yes, okay. Of course, yes. It's not obliged for you to use what if or scenario builder. If you want to use them, it's up to you. It's just a tool, you know, it's you want to use it or not. Okay?
Thank you, yes.
So I was here. If you only have pasted value, sort and input data. And here it says, here, support your decision with the result analysis you build in your Excel workbook, okay? That means that, well, the information you put in the written report, it has to be on the Excel. I mean, if not, it's like, where did you get this? Okay? Do you have any other questions, guys? There is no content questions. You know what I can do, like what I can do to help you? I mean, because I was thinking about the homeworks. Maybe I can just don't let you more homework. Don't give you more homework. What about that? Will you be okay with that?
Yes, of course, we don't want any homework.
Because we still have 2 homeworks left. And I was going to give them to you like last week.
Oh, it was really great if you
If I
took
take
a
them
way
out.
to share, because we have a lot of evidence for the next week. I mean, every evidence for every subject we have to deliver it from the next week.
Okay, so the problem here is that some of you didn't actually deliver the first 2 homeworks. So the ones that didn't, the people that didn't deliver the first 2 homeworks, without these other 2 homeworks, are gonna have a problem. Sucks for them.
And if we add 2 homeworks like optionally, and they will be a bonus. So in case you want to make them because you're
That's because you
nervous.
have 100 in everything, Frida.
No, but what happens if I have something wrong in the exam? You will be
Yes,
able to
I
have.
think it's a good idea.
To have it optional?
Yes.
Yeah, like as extra points.
Extra
Some
classwork.
points.
Because I
Yes.
gave you 1 extra classwork and only like 2 of you answered. So that's why I just decided to stop giving extra credit, because like I saw like nobody cares.
Probably. Well, no.
I think it's because we have a share value that has been leaving us about 3 homeworks per day. So
Wow.
yeah, and we have to give do 2 evidences and challenges like for tomorrow, for the weekend, and for next week.
Man, I'm too easy of a
really
teacher.
hard.
I need to give more work.
It's because they have 3 teachers in that class, and they have 3 different topics. So each of them is so
It's a
I think
bloque.
it's really hard because of that. Well, that class.
Mhm.
It's not that you have leave a lot of homework or that we don't want to do something here. It's just that we have having a lot of problem just keeping up with
With
the
that
other
class.
class specifically.
Man, Tech 21 is
I
hard.
think that leaving like it optional, I think it's a very good idea.
I'm thinking about the grading, because if I leave it optional, it means that I cannot put it on the evaluation plan.
But so if you were to eliminate the other 2 homeworks, how would the grading change? Like what would increase in value and what would decrease in value?
The homeworks, I mean, the difference will be that the 2 homeworks left. Let's see the evaluation plan, okay?
I think the homeworks are worth 5
Homeworks we have
points
already
each.
done are going to be valued 25%.
Homeworks are exactly, homeworks are 5 points each. So if I were to take 2, then the other 2 will be 10 points each. So the guys
Yes,
that
about the
didn't
grading.
deliver.
Sorry, about the grading. Half of the grade is going to be project, and that is not going to change. Half of the grade is project. And the other half is going to be activities in general, okay? And from the activities part, half is exam, and that is not going to change. So the other half, which will be the 25%, is going to be divided between all the activities. If they are 2 or 4 or whatever, they are the sum of them have to be 25%.
You see? So if I take 2, you only did 2. You only did 2. We'll be all right with that, guys. I mean, I know that the people that didn't deliver the first two homeworks wouldn't. I wouldn't be fine with it.
Or could maybe instead of extra credit for the remaining two homeworks, could we be allowed to deliver any one of the first ones that we missed for half credit?
That's actually a good solution for this. So you missed one, right? That's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Really smart boy. Okay. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna allow that. If you didn't deliver the first two homeworks, I'm gonna let you deliver it. But it's gonna be, it has to be completely right because we already review everything.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so if it has an error, I'm gonna grade it as 0. Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
I didn't understand the chair. So you will allow us to re-upload the last.
No. Only to the ones that didn't deliver the homework, and I'm gonna grade it as half the grade. If you get 100
okay.
in this submission of the homework, it will actually be a 50%. So if homeworks are worth 25, I'm sorry, and you didn't deliver the two of them, and you get 100 in the homeworks, then you will get only 12.5 points on that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm trying to help you so I can take those homeworks out and you can only concentrate on the final project and the exam. And at least for my class, I'm sorry if you have more homework in other classes. It's out of my control.
Okay, so teacher, if we delivered the first two homeworks, like we don't need to worry, right?
No, because you already have the grade. I mean, it's just gonna increase. So if you already got those and you got 100, actually, you are good. It actually it's beneficial. It's good for you.
Okay. So can I ask you a question about the project?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I know you said this in the class, but I me quedé con la duda with how to get the selling price with the terminal value. Like, the terminal value is the selling price, or should we add it up to the net present value? Like, I got lost in that part.
Okay, so to get the terminal value, well, you know how to get the terminal value, so that's not the question. You get the terminal value, and that's actually a really good question because it will be part of the analysis. So the terminal value is calculated at the end of the projection period. You remember that, right? So you start in March 2006, and then it goes like, I don't know, what month of 2007?
December.
December? Okay, December, right? So when you calculate the terminal value, you're actually calculating the terminal value at December 2007, okay?
Yes.
And you are selling at March 2006.
Okay.
So what you need to do is to discount that. Okay?
Like, discount the...
You just add it. I mean, that's actually a trick on the project that you need to figure out by yourself. Good that you're asking. Okay. Everyone that came to the class will have that correct. When you are analyzing this, you're actually telling Fernando that he has to sell where? Well, he has to sell it at March 2006, right? So you have to give him a price at March 2006. So we are using time value of money analysis to give him a price. Okay, it's not investment, it's not multiples, no, it's time value of money. So when you do the final, I mean, other thing you could actually do, it will be pretty much easier, is just to have the first cash flow and do the terminal value there, and then you don't have to discount any of the other cash flows. That's another thing you can do. That will be correct also.
Okay,
you have
use the terminal value of the first period to determine the price.
Yeah, you can use that because it's just you're using that to determine the price, like to the future, right?
Okay.
So you can do that, or you can determine this here and then discount it, whatever you do.
But if we discount, like, we got the terminal value for the last period we're evaluating, and then we discount the free cash flow of March?
You
Or what would,
discount the free cash flows of the project valuation, which will be the, I mean, you do the net present value, which in the base
okay,
case
okay.
was like 170 something, right? When you use
Yes.
720, and it was like 140 something when you use 750. So whatever those two were correct in the base scenario, I changed it to be, I think it's 750, right? In the project.
Yes.
Because I gave you a fixed amount, so there is no confusion. So you use that amount,
Okay.
and it's going to be like, the project valuation is going to be like 140 something, right? On the base scenario. I'm not talking about the others and the assumptions you have to take on the base scenario. So on the base scenario, you have 100 and something. And then you have the terminal value at December 2007, okay? So what you need to do is that inside the formula, all you need to do, like net present value formula, you have the WACC and then the sales, and then you use comma and add the terminal value.
Okay.
Okay, and that's gonna, boom, and that's just gonna take that, it's gonna give you like 2 million and something, and that's the selling price. In the base case scenario, okay?
Okay.
Can you repeat that, the final thing you said?
Remember, like quick note, I'm talking about the base case scenario. I didn't ask you for the base case scenario in the final project. So what I'm saying for the final project has to be modified accordingly with the assumption for each of the options. Okay, so first of all, that's really important, because I don't want you to tell me, no, you told me that was the answer. No, it's not the answer. It's just I'm giving you the procedure. Now, in the base case scenario, we calculated the net present value, whatever, and then we calculate the terminal value. But we need to give Fernando the selling price at March 2006, okay? So all you need to do is on the net present value formula, once you have included all the cash flows, okay? You just put a comma in the formula, that's a procedure, a comma, and then you add there the cell with the terminal value. And what you are doing there, like, conceptually, is that you are actually taking that because you calculated the terminal value at the end of the projection, which will be December 2007, and you want to give him the price already discounted at March. It's gonna give you in the base value like 2 million something, 2,800,000, I think it was. Let me see, they have it here. Well, I have different scenarios. For example, I have one scenario where the WACC, analyze it, annual WACC is 25%, because I did my assumptions with testing some things, and the terminal value ends up being 3,400,000. So that will be in that example, that will be the price. I'm not telling you that that's the answer for your final project. It is not. I'm giving you the procedure, right?
But when we add the terminal value, so
you're watching my screen, right?
No. Yes.
Yes. So look, I have it here annual because, as I told you, I analyze everything, but you don't need to do that. You can use the monthly and it's gonna be the same because it's periods. You see here, I have the net present value of the cash flow. This is my cash flow, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I use, here I have a mistake. And then I just added the, well, that's because this is the same, because I changed something here. Let me go ahead. Don't mind that, okay? It's just me doing something. Okay, so this comma. Okay, there. So these are not the answers for your final project. So do not think that these are the answers. It's just I was doing the analysis and it's not, they are not the answers because I changed the assumptions for you in the project. So these are not the answers. This is the procedure law. And I have it yearly, you will have it monthly. For example, you will have, it's just an example, guys. This is not the answer. It will be like this, and this will be maybe 0. I don't know. And again, it's an example like that. All right. And here, well, because I have everything yearly, that's why it's going crazy. You see? So this will be actually, let me just put here like 56. What the hell? Ah, yeah, because this one is 0.5. Gosh. It's not a percentage. I have it already everything analyzed, so that's why it's crazy. So, okay, let's think that's actually the way it is, no? Right. So these numbers again, as you can see right now, I just moving them like crazy just to get like something. Yep, that's correct. Okay, and my terminal value is this, and I'm adding it to the net present value. Okay, and in case these were the numbers, then I could tell Fernando, well, a good selling price or the starting point for your selling price is 8 million pesos, 900, right? Why? Because blah, 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 blah. And this is my analysis, okay? So I would suggest Fernando to start with that selling price under those assumptions, right? Yep.
Yes, but teacher, in that net present value, you don't consider the initial investment, right?
Well, I am considering the cash flows, all right?
Okay.
Because
so you're
and
taking
remember
it like a period
here,
zero?
think about this, think about the assumption here. Why there is no initial investment in there? Because it's a selling price. I mean,
yes.
you need to think. I'm not gonna give you the answer, and I'm giving you too many things right now. And that's well, that's good because this was a question session. But you need to think. Here is a part of the final project that I am actually going to be evaluating. You need to think logically. All right. For example, there is an assumption in one of the assumptions that says San Fernando must pay an assistant. Okay. So I'm going to ask you something. Is that assistant part of the cash flows of the business? Just think about that.
Which part?
There is one assumption, I don't remember which one, but it's one assumption that says that Fernando must pay for an assistant. Right? But just think about it. Is that assistant a part of the cash flows of the business or is part of the expenses of Fernando outside the project? It's interesting, right? So you need to think because it's a bit tricky. I know that's the only point of it. If not, it will just be an exercise. And the reason of the project, I mean, it's supposed to be for you to apply the knowledge and then develop like critical thinking. Okay. So the written project is really important for you because there is where you explain why you are selling that the price is 10 million pesos. Okay.
Teacher, I have another question.
Okay, Frida, what?
In the sell scenario, it says, wait, okay. For the selling option, that into consideration that the brewing machinery is not part of the deal, take the depreciation of this machine out of the income statement and cash flow. So therefore, it will not affect the balance sheet in any way, right? We keep the amortization and depreciation expense in the balance sheet as it is.
Well, first off, you wouldn't actually take the depreciation and amortization out of the balance sheet. That balance sheet is only going to be good for the WACC. Okay. Again, you need to think critically. Why is only going to be good for the WACC? Well, because it's just for the equity values and debt values. But amortization and depreciations do change, and that's part of the assumption. And I'm being really clear there. I'm telling you, he is not going to sell the brewery machinery. So if he's not going to sell the brewery machinery, then take out the depreciation of the analysis. Okay? And I'm telling you where to take it out. Right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
In the part of the cost of capital, it says that they're going to invest like 200,000 pesos more, but it says that it's going to change from 1.1712 monthly to a 2%. But I'm not quite sure when it's going to apply the change.
Where at the beginning where it says it's doing the investment.
Okay, so it's not going to change.
I think I was
anything.
clear there. Let me just read it in case I wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I can put it as a note again on their project evaluation. That's actually a good question. Also, other of the notes that you need to take is that there is an assumption where of co-owning, right? He will also personally invest. Look, this investment is expected to happen at the moment the decision takes place. That will be March 2006. I mean, I'm thinking I'm being extremely clear here. And again, guys, this is part of the critical thinking that you need to develop. Just read this and it says, this investment is expected to happen at the moment the decision takes place. And what investment I'm talking about? Well, this one. And of course, this investment increases the capital at March 2006 and increases the cost of capital to 2% monthly. So that it's going to change your WACC. Okay.
Teacher, but what happened if, for example, it says he will also personally invest in 2,100 that Fernando was expecting to put on himself plus an extra of 2,000 making him a partner. But then it says that will be used to fund an aggressive marketing campaign that will cost 15,000 a month and will last 1 year. So therefore, the way to add it would be, if we add it in our income statement, do we have to add that in our publicity and I think it's PR area, or we have to add another account?
Well, you can do both. You can add another account if you want, or you can add it there and it should be the same value of cash flow because at the end it's just a subtraction. So it should be the same.
Okay.
You can do both, Frida, as you feel more comfortable.
Teacher, in that same part, when it says, what I understand is he is making like two different 200,000 like investments, but one is like directly to equity and the other one is like just an investment.
All the investment go to capital in equity. Both.
Like, okay.
All the time. Like not only here, Aldrich, in all the business, when you do an investment, it goes to the equity.
Okay, but just let me think the question. If it says that the marketing money is coming from that investment?
Yeah, because that's the use of the money. Remember, you have assets here, and then you have liabilities and equity here. So with this money here, you pay for this, right? So what I'm telling you is that you're going to have here money as an investment of 400,000 pesos. And part of that money is going to be used to pay for something.
Yes, okay.
And that's what I'm telling you. I'm actually giving you the equilibrium of the balance. But I'm telling you where to put it and what it's going to affect. And afraid I just figure it out. It's just an account in the income statement, an extra account, or you can add it to that already written account of publicity and PR.
Okay.
Those are great questions. You don't have any questions about content, like how to calculate WACC, teacher, or nothing like that, right?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I had a doubt about that. I wanted to know how you calculate the IRR.
Internal rate of return? Yeah.
Yes, because I took, well, let me tell you what I took in the base case. I took the WACC and the IRR and well, the cash generated in the period, but I don't know if I had to choose the EIRR, like, or only the WACC.
Well, I'm gonna show you how to calculate it, right?
Thanks.
And I'm gonna show you how to calculate it in here in Excel. I'm not gonna worry about where did I get the cash flows, what it's inside, whatever it is, because you already know that, okay?
Yes.
These are just going to be periods. And this is the investment, so this one is gonna be, actually let's just take this and paste the values. Same one. So this is an investment of 1 million pesos that generates these cash flows, okay? So net present value. And we have a weighted average cost of capital of 6%. And let's see, here are years, all right? No months, there are years. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and go net present value. Net present value formula is I take the rate, right? Then I take the values and not the investment because the investment is already discounted. So I just take this and then add back the investment. And that's my net present value. Okay, now internal rate of return. Now the definition of internal rate of return is the value of rate where all the cash flows equals to the initial investment. So you go ahead with the formula and it tells you, give me all the values. And here you do have to add the first one because Excel will take this one to calculate. Yes. And here where it says guess, it's only when you have different internal rate of returns, when you have like unconventional cash flows. This is not the case. We know how to determine unconventional cash flows. There are no more than two negative values in all the periods, so we don't need to put anything here. So you end the formula there, and that's correct, okay? And it tells me, all right, your internal rate of return is that, okay?
Okay.
But I don't believe this analysis because I know that I cannot reinvest these cash flows at the same internal rate of return. That will be impossible. That will mean that always, all the years, during 6 years, all the variables outside and inside my project remain exactly the same as year 0. So I know that's impossible to be, so I'm going to calculate my modified internal rate of return. And I go up with modified internal rate of return. And here in modified internal rate of return, you replicate the internal rate of return formula. And then here, as you can see here in the formula analysis builder, it's not asking me for a guess. It's asking me for a finance rate and a reinvestment rate. Which one is my finance rate? Well, my WACC. And at what rate I want to reinvest? Well, again, at my WACC. I'm gonna reinvest at least the cost of my capital. There, I close the parentheses and it tells me the real return of my project, 26%. Okay?
Yes, I just had doubt in the second choice of the WACC. That was it. Thank you very much.
So, net present value, flows, rate, cash flows, we have the first one and then add back the first one. Internal rate of return, all the flows of the cash flows plus, including, including the investment. And modify internal rate of return, again, all the cash flows, including the investment, and you need to select your finance rate, which in this case is your WACC, and your investment rate, which in all the cases we've seen, it's our WACC again, okay?
Okay.
So,
teacher, I have another question. Yes, but of the case. In the cell analysis, it says for that take a value of 750,000 at the beginning of the project as the initial investment. Therefore, well, we have to change it in different rates. But my question was for the WACC, we start having a debt of 720,000, which was our, I would say in Spanish to make it easier. Teníamos como, nuestra deuda empezaba con 720,000 pesos porque en marzo del 2006 era como comenzaba. Entonces yo me acuerdo que en el caso habían comentado algo así como que estaba bien si usábamos 750,000 o 720,000, quedaba lo mismo, pero que, o sea, utilizáramos uno de los dos. Mi pregunta aquí es más, si los 750,000 que son como initial investment también van a afectar marzo del 2006, o sea, también afecta la deuda de marzo del 2006.
No, it's the same. In the balance sheet, you use the same values that you have that I gave you. This is only for the investment.
Okay.
So in the initial investment, instead of having to guess which one of the two you're going to use, 750 or 720, you now know that you need to use 750, okay?
Okay.
As initial investment for your net present value valuation, all right? For the WACC analysis and all that, you need to use the values of the the values of the balance sheet, okay? As they are.
But for example, therefore, what you mean is that we do not have to use the value of 750,000 for the year and either for the year. We only use it for net present value in that case.
Yes, but actually for the year or the year, as you call it, you don't use the initial. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yes, you need to use it for those two, and also for the net present value, because it's the initial investment.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I'm trying to write like to explain you that is the debt, and yes, I know there is an error there, and because those two values aren't the same, that's why you get confused. Would you separate in your mind, okay? The value of, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you the values of the balance sheet. I'm going to tell you, use this for the WACC, okay?
Okay.
That is for the WACC and for the net present value, internal rate of return, and modified internal rate of return. For that assumption only, because it's the assumption we're talking about,
yes.
You're going to use the initial investment of 750,000 that I am telling you to use in the instructions.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
Yes, teacher. Well, this one might be about what you say about critical thinking, that it's too early right now. So just I got this question real quick. The lease price is the same as the selling price? Like we determine it with the same procedure or not?
No, lease price is it's a monthly payment. You what you need to do is come up with a price for that.
Okay.
How to do that? Well, you have your cash flows and you know how much money Fernando needs.
Okay, yes.
This is actually a really easy one. I mean, if I know how much money I need for whatever reason, I know why it's got to be like my, base. Okay. Do you have any other questions, guys and girls? Students? No? Okay. So if there are no any other questions, I will end the class here. I'm gonna change the homeworks as we just talked. I'm gonna erase the last two homeworks. So it's gonna be easy for you guys to complete the project and we will have more work from it than the one I already gave you. And I'm gonna open again the first two homeworks in case one of you didn't deliver those. And I'm gonna put in the new instructions that if you are delivering them now, I mean, that is from 16th of October. And of course, I'm gonna leave the window open only from here to Monday. Just gonna give you the weekend to work on those homeworks in case you don't have them. And I'm gonna grade them as half the grade. That is, if you get 100, it's only half what I'm gonna take. If you get a 50, again, only half, 25. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna upload a value for the balance sheet for you guys to calculate WACC and don't be all confused with which one I need to use, which one I don't need to use, okay? So that's gonna make it easier for you guys, okay? And I think that's all, right? Yeah, exams on Tuesday. It's on martes. I always get confused on those two. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So exam is on Tuesday. Study everything. We just checked that you can access both the presentations and the class recordings. So it's study those, and I'll see you on Tuesday then on the exam.
Thank you very much, teacher.
Are you going to upload this recording?
This recording?
Yes, please. Okay.
I don't know why would you use it, because we didn't see anything yet.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me just put here recording. Okay, so see you later. Do you want? Well, this will be our last class for content. So thank you very much, guys. I think we learned a lot. I hope you did. If you have any questions or anything, you have my email and remind. Just send me a message and I can help you. Okay.
Teacher.
I was about to just click then for everything, but
no.
Tell me.
Wait. I just yeah, the incremental interest rate of return. It's like with the IMIRR.
Yes. You can use it with what I told you here to use, by the way.
I don't know, it just says comparative analysis.
No, it says here incremental internal rate of return. I told you to use the IRR because it's the easiest.
Okay.
Says number 8, compare analysis between options incremental internal rate of return.
Okay.
So here. Yeah, I remember having this question when I was writing this. Which one I told them to use. Okay.
We're not seeing anything.
You're not?
Well,
Screen
for me, it
one,
was a black
sure.
screen.
You don't see anything? No?
Yeah, no, I can.
Is this, okay? Internal rate of return, incremental. Okay. So I'm gonna guess that's the last question. I mean, I'm not eager to end the class here, guys. I mean, we can take all the time you want. Just let us know if you have any other questions.
I don't think at this point I don't even know what to ask. So I think we should get to work.
Don't say that, Alejandro. You worry me. Okay. Well, so do you want me to end the class now? You don't have any other questions. Are you completely sure?
No. In case we have another question, can we send you an email?
Yeah, of course. That's also a possibility. Yes, you can stay.
Okay, well then, see you later. I have to go, but keep in touch. If you have any question, you can also send me an email for any tutoring. Okay?
Felipe is available.
Bye.
Goodbye, Felipe. So if there are no any questions, I'm gonna end the class now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, goodbye, guys.
Teacher.
Bye.
Thank you for the help.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Bye.